That's why I knew my duty in regards to addressing his public sin regarding Dan Schaefer. God had given a dream. A second dream that I'll share with you is that I was in a building and I was watching Henriques do some work. And Henriques was on a ladder and he was about 3 steps from the top of the ladder. And while he was up working, I could only see up his khakis. I couldn't see past. He was, you know how there's ceiling tiles in a building? And he was above the ceiling, and he was up working above the ceiling tiles. And he was using some tools. And then as he came down the ladder, his hair was in disarray. His hair was unkept, and it was yellow and purple. And in the Bible, the hair represents glory. And what God was saying is that Henriques has marred the glory of God. You have distorted the truth of God. You have distorted the glory of God, which is the law of God, which is the character of God, which is to shine forth to the people. That was the second dream that I had. Now, I've had other dreams about other pastors I'm not going to share today, but I'm going to share with you 4 today. And this is why I know what God has called me to do in my work, because he's given clearly prophetic dreams. Now, one may ask the question, well, how has Henriques marred the work of God? By publicly slandering other pastors who have been said or stated by the news to be guilty of pedophilia, of rape, of what's the other one? Same-sex activity, and also doing various things in private, adultery, all these things, to discuss these things publicly about another pastor who is committing private sin. That is gossip, that's slander. Sins that are done privately are not to be discussed openly. Are you with me? Sins that are done privately are not to be discussed publicly, but sin that is done publicly is to be addressed publicly. Isn't that fair? That's fair. God is fair. God is a just and fair God. So that's the second dream that I had.
And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.